Well, good morning on this breakout Tuesday.
It is breaking out.
CBD is now at 14,400. I'm watching 55 area. If we can get some kind of pullback anywhere close to that area, we've got about 600 orders in there. In that area, not just there, but in the general area. But right now, I mean, yeah, there you go. That's what's happening. Just that looks just like the market right now. So we're not chasing it. It broke out of the 51 area. You can see this next zone we're in. We were hoping to get some kind of little pullback there. We did not. I mean, we got a little pullback on this candle, but it wasn't enough to really enter. And boy, did it just rip face from there. I'll zoom in a little bit. Let's see if we can get back.
I'm gonna tell you that middle of the zone you outlined. We watched it in real time. I mean, came back, retested it, held above it, and then went for it.
Yeah,
so little added line to our strategy.
You can see last night you had this trend. This trend finally broke. My gosh, when it broke, pushed up to 54. So you had what, a 40-point move overnight last night with that. Now we are getting a pullback here. I need a little more though. I need a little more.
You're risking nasty wick.
You are getting a slight break on your SPY. Tide holdings, not so much. And then general market tide, not so much. So
getting a bit.
Here's the halfway point.
Getting a bit overextended in the RSI. I don't think that's the big deal, but if we want to show that right here, you're getting above.
RSI, don't you really need to look at like the hourly and up for it to really be accurate? Or am I wrong with that?
No, you're not wrong. Obviously, the longer time frame you go, the more accurate it is. I found a sweet spot is like kind of 10-minute does show a little bit of weakness when it does pop into there. As you can see in this chart, overnight we got and it peaked out and then kind of wrestled its way back down. So 10-minute RSI is not bad. 5-minute, 1 minute, you just throw it out the window. It's not really that bad.
And also remember, guys, when we're looking at indicators, every indicator is lagging. Right? Yeah. So everything happens, it shows after the fact. So it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Just remember that they are lagging indicators. So don't just go one way or the other because you see indicators doing something.
Amen.
So they can change.
Well, like this morning, you had a couple indicators lining up. So the long was the play.
Yeah.
Now you need it to cool and get back to our strategy. These are always tough when our strategy is kind of out of play.
For sure.
Just waiting for the market to help us a little bit here.
I think that halfway point roll stop might be valid.
But makes a lot of sense. I mean, given how big the zones have been.
Well, you're looking at 50% retracements on those, kind of what you're looking at. And that's not a bad way to be.
Built-in fibs.
Yeah.
I've got a buy order at 55. I think I'm going to cancel it, and I'm going to just kind of see what it does.
If you see any strength here, I'm fixing to add here. Your call premiums are coming back a slight bit, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take it if it'll get it. Oh, there we go. See if we can. Probably going to do something a little different today. I'm going to put this way up here. I want to say way up there. If it hits 80, I'm going to take profits on it. We're going to actually pull this below I'm going to put the bottom account. So we're risking a little bit more. This is only one account. So we're not risking on all of them.
Our Mancini level above is 52.84. We're looking at 51.51, 51.55 as support. So
yeah, we'll see what happens here. I don't understand what I got going on here.
no, I went ahead and put my order back at 55, and it missed me by 2 ticks.
Oh, no, it did. Oh, that's great.
I want to see how this handle
I mean, it still might come down to 55. I might have went too low. If it breaks 51, I'm below 51 there, so that would be a time for me to get out anyway. But we'll see. I think your 55 level is probably a better entry. I saw the movement back up and kind of chase it a little, but it's all good as long as we bounce here.
Filled me at 55. I'll take another one at 51, or maybe I'll hold off if it breaks to like maybe 50. I don't know. We'll see what it does. Not in a hurry.
Yeah.
We got the cool off that we wanted. Now we need to see the continuation of the move up if it has any sustained.
Right. And this could be a trade that goes against us real quick, and then we have to back up and punt where we're at. So I don't know yet. We'll see.
The important thing is you didn't grab it at 68 when it was raging up because of
60 instead. So let's see here. Oh man, I had an order on a take profit trader at 53, and it actually kissed it, but did not. It filled 2 out of 5 MES.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's very annoying. Two out of the 5, so we need 3 more there. All right, it filled it there. So now let's see. All right, I don't need that take profit right there.
All of Mag 7 is green, including Tesla, who reports after hours today.
Tesla does report today. That's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
What does old Tesla do?
Bitcoin's at 90,000 again. It's up 7,000 from the bottom a couple days
I
ago.
think you're getting some flight traders in there, right?
Yeah, I think you're getting, this kind of potential move out of the US dollar. Is what you're seeing. You're seeing gold, you're seeing Bitcoin, you're kind of pushing away from the US dollar.
I see Mancini just put a text out. He's still saying this 52.50 holds, which it held there, 52.84 to 88 to 53.06, even 53.15 if it wants more for today.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential that if you can get the bulls up and running, you can really see even a super strong move off this. I mean, we're already up 1.3%, so it has moved overnight, but I like the way it's. I like how it's battling here at the top of the zone. It's not.
Really... It is. You can see your puts. I mean, your call is starting to go back up. Puts are turning up a little bit with your volumes coming up. CVD is 13.5 now. It has come back. 13.6. It's kind of rising on this little pullback here, which is interesting to see, which tells you that we could possibly have buyers stepping in here, fixing to pop this thing. CVD kind of gives you a little sneak peek. When it's coming down, the chart's coming down, the candle, but CVD is growing. That tells you got people lining up to get in here. So let's just see. It's back up to 13.7 now. It gained 400 points and that moved down, Roy. So that's a decent sign. That's not a guaranteed sign, but that is a decent sign that we could get a pop back up pretty decent here. This one I had this way up here. I need to be a little careful on this one. I don't have as much to play with on this one as I do the other one. So we're going to put it right here. And if we can get 200 bucks on it, we will definitely be happy with that one and lock it up for the day. This next one, we don't really need that much in that one. This is kind of one we're playing a little bit with here too. So we're going to put it here, 400 bucks. And we're just going to concentrate on these two right now. And if both of those hit, guess what? We got two accounts. We're probably going to lock up those two, and then we'll move on to the next account. So I'm looking for a little bit more on a take profit trader. I'm hoping to get this 70 test. You got 300 orders, 400, 500 orders sitting at 70. So if we can get that test, I got it 69.25 by the way. So I don't have it on 70. Notice that we bring it down a little bit below where the orders are sitting at. If it does that, that will get me 400 bucks in them today. That would be a great trade, which is 5 MES. So
this consolidation up here is cleaning up that RSI technical a bit. So
that's a lot of times what you see is you don't see just a huge pullback. You just see a consolidation, and that cleans a lot up.
Yeah. And potentially forming flags as well up here.
Yeah. This is going to be a bigger flag. This is a flag, but flags have, hell, the last 2 months, flags have been playing out both sides. So you got to like that. Struggling here for 60. There's not really anything. They did just throw a few orders there to stop it. They threw 100 orders right above it. There's over 700 orders sitting around 70 now. There's about 1,000 orders sitting at 50 now. Give me the double.
Your flow is pushing up on general market tide. Puts are falling.
Here's your SPY tide. You see your puts falling, your volume coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. They moved orders above 70 to 72.50. That's a good sign for my 70 there.
Yeah.
Pops up. Come on, go get that. Make me have a good day here.
Look at this 10 minutes.
2 more days. Today and tomorrow, and then I am out of here. And I love all you guys, but I am going to enjoy the hell out of this vacation.
As you should.
Oh, Roy, do we get 70? I don't know. I've got to protect some capital over here. I'm going to move my stop up and take profit trader. Move it way up. I'm going to guarantee. Let's see how far we are away from it. I'm going to put it at guarantee 100 bucks right now. I could move it a little higher. Oh, wow. What just happened?
There's data.
200 bucks.
A little bit of data.
I think it's going to come back. It might come back and get me. But Richmond FIC index actual -13. Forecast is -7. Previous is -4. Is that bullish, Roy?
It goes into the camp of if you want it to be bullish, it can be because rate cuts can potentially happen.
Off topic, but when I first started watching you guys, I literally thought Monty was sitting outside trading on the golf course. Michael, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could, I would. If I could, I would. I would spend all my waking hours out there if I could. But no,
that's the goal, right?
Yeah. Love it. That's actually awesome.
Funny.
I don't know what to do here. Take profit trader. I kind of got beat up, and I'm guaranteed 300 bucks here. Do I take it? It's so close to my. We're going to take $300 on it. I've been beat up on it, so we're guaranteeing that.
Yeah, you need a win.
I had to take. Yeah, and I have not traded. That's only one of the counts I have over there. I didn't trade. I'm not copy trading them right now. I'm trying to build these counts up. So, oh wow, let's look over here. Might need to
look for re-entries here.
There, 265 on that one.
Beautiful.
This other one we can hold.
Your general market tide and your SPY tide are now looking even more bullish, so you probably get that push to 70.
They moved orders to 75 now.
Okay.
80, moving them up. Yeah, I'm gonna move this up here. I'm gonna see if I can get $300 in this. We're gonna hold this one come hell or high water.
So if you get a pull back to the 8, that would be lovely, but I don't see that happening. I think you're in the land of who's talking when. So you've got LaGarde. She's actually talking on CNBC right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So the Mancini level, the 51 level is what he had marked out. And you can see I have it here. This white line is actually a top step level. What is it from? And I see why he's finding some of his stuff. Let's see what the white line is. That is last week's low. So that's where that last week's low right here. And as you can see, it's holding. It came back, tested. Roy, you called it. We should have took a play here. Should have took a play here. Now look what's happening here. This halfway point is kind of holding. Now let's see if that continues to hold. If that does, then we're super bullish, and then you can take into Mancini's next level, that 52.84 range.
Yeah. No, you're in a good spot here if you're bullish, looking bullish. You're not looking to short. There's nothing saying short. So
no. 70 still. There's still some orders sitting at 70. Just they're not as many as what it was. If it hits 70, you got 200 orders sitting there. If it hits them and eats those orders up, this thing's fixing to pop up pretty quick. But it could hit there, reject, come back down and test again. Tide and CBD. CBD's coming back a little bit here, so you got to be careful with that. Tide is not suggesting a pullback. It is showing put premiums getting a little action here, which is expected with the move up, right? Just like when we see a move down, you might see your calls start to move up. We've seen that a lot. So I don't want to call it dumb money, but it feels like dumb money, trying to time a top or a bottom. And a lot of this is hedging too that we don't know. So it could be somebody that's in a short. Like let's say you're in a long here. Well, I'm going to start, working on doing something to hedge my position that I got here. So you got a lot of different things that it could be telling you while you're watching it. It's one thing is we don't have all the data. We have a lot of it. We don't have all of it. So
I'm going to showcase my chart real quick and show you that 10-minute candle previous that we were actually in the trade with, building our position. Turned out to be very bullish at the end with that huge wick and small body at the top. That's what we call a hammer candle.
Yeah, hammer down, baby.
And hammered right into our zone and popped right in, which is where our entries were. Where we're trying to do. And as you can see, it's building off of that and pushing up.
Calls are ripping up.
Yeah, you got it. It all looks good. I mean, the one kind of stop sign for me a bit is you got a little bit of overextension here, but that doesn't mean it can't consolidate here at 70 or near 70.
300 orders just popped at 80.
Yeah.
The 70 level is key right here. If it can break 70, I mean, I think I'm tempted to move up closer to that 80, to be honest with you.
Yeah. For those that are not in a trade, I'm not currently in a trade. So I did take my profit. I got hit on similar to how Monty, the $300. So I'm looking for entries. I'm looking at the 8 for a potential entry, but I am cautious that it could just crash right through it if it doesn't like it. Yeah, slowly but surely build this stuff back up.
We are going to, I don't want to, but I'm going to lock that one. I'm not going to lock every account today because I'm going to leave some to play with here. If it comes down and tests this 6175 level, I will enter. I think we just missed, Roy. I think we just missed.
Yeah. It didn't
I'm not
quite get down to
the... Go look at the trade I'm in. Be happy with this one. You are getting a little dip and everything here. I'm going to close this one out. This, like I said, this is one I've been kind of playing with fire with. So we're going to go on and guarantee $200 in that one. We're going to lock this account up too. We got 2 accounts locked, right? We got 2 more to trade. 2 more we could trade, not 2 more we have to trade. These 2, this one, even though it is still a negative balance, today would put us at payout status. So if we could actually have like a $3,000 day today.
Oh.
Roy's seen me make $1,000 on one trade, so why can't we do it 3 different trades? I'm really pissed over here on Take Profit Trader because I cut these damn things at $300 and it would have hit my $500 for original target. So that's neither here nor there. Those we took a beating on, and we have slowly. Well, we got a couple more accounts we could actually trade over here. So we will wait and see. I'm not going to beat myself up over some silly shit. I beat myself up enough this week already. What we're going to do this week is be positive, and we're going to bank. We're going to bank today. We're going to bank tomorrow. Myself and Roy decided, we've been kind of trading overnight. We decided yesterday by ourselves and kind of came to the conclusion together. I don't know how it worked out that way, that neither one of us was going to trade, and we picked the worst night not to trade.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I was looking at the charts and I was like, oh man. But
yeah, because he sent me a message like, well, we picked a good night not to trade. And I was like, but and look, I was charting last night. I went in and recharted everything. I started to do a video for you guys. I just didn't have time to focus on what it needed to be because I had other stuff going on because I am going out of town tomorrow. So I got a lot of stuff trying to get just finished up. But I probably will the next coming weeks do a video, just kind of go back over how I find my zones. Because it's been a while and it's not only does it help you guys, it helps me too, right? So yeah, I did go back and I did redraw them, but it takes to do a video, it takes a long time for me to explain. For me just to do it, it takes me 5 minutes. So
yeah. And your strategy's evolved a little bit. Not a lot, but
it has a little bit. But these zones are still, I mean, you look, these zones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty damn good zones, right?
Yeah.
The blue, always the blue is going to be the Mancini zones. The reds or the grays are going to be my zones. I mean, just look there.
Yeah.
The zones are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So
we
oh, you son of a! All right, well, I'm gonna take a break real quick. Go to your break before I chase. I don't need to chase.
Oh, what a candle! As you can see, the volume showing up on this candle is it's a little bit wider. On TradingView, you can do these if you have the premium version. Small candles, thin candles, fatter they are, the more volume gets shown in. Now you're seeing the volume show up on this as a breakout candle. This was the candle, this hammer candle we had kind of highlighted on it, 10-minute. It showed you exactly what you would want for a day trade. And, you know, one thing me and Monty have got to work on better is letting something run. We tend to cut our winners pretty quickly. For example, I cut around the 66 level, 67 level, and now we're 8 points and climbing from that level. So there's really nothing telling me to cut it. I just got I saw green and I wanted to take it, which nothing wrong with that, but it is something I need to work on. Apple ripping up higher. It's up 3%. Looks like it's going to maybe test that 200 today. NVIDIA looks like it wants to test 100, up to 2.3%. Microsoft, big red candle to start, kind of lagging, but it's now gotten out of all of its VWAP and EMAs, and it's pushing higher. Google back above 150, pushing up 1.6%. Amazon, 2.79%. up 172. Meta up 2%, 494. Tesla, who reports after hours today, should just kind of tick up most of the day, in my opinion. 4.36%. Netflix back over 1,000. It's up 6%. Bitcoin 90,300. So nice little pop here from yesterday. 88,000 up almost $3,000, $2,800, 3.5%. With that coin, we'll see a move up with Bitcoin. Kind of lagging a bit on coin. If you look at coin, I'm interested. See a trend line here. If you kind of drew it, broke it out. It's got some resistance up ahead, but if it can break above 200, about 204, it's got a shot to maybe complete this cup over the next few weeks or months. Keep an eye on that. There's Bitcoin's daily chart. Looks great for a potential continued move up. Why is Bitcoin moving? A lot of theories going out, but I believe it has a lot to do with the Dixie, the dollar weakening, and you just get people kind of exiting the dollar. If you look at the dollar over a long term, it's just thump. And a lot of that is due to the tariff uncertainty. So keep an eye on that. You got ES producing a upper wick here, got to 80 and then rejected. So we'll see what it does. You don't want to run into this. You've got gradients on the overbought side of things. So it needs to clean that up just a hair. I'm not saying it can't keep going, but you just got to be cautious, especially in entering any sort of long position up here. SPY 522.80. If you look at the daily chart, we are filling the gap. I don't think we quite filled it yet. We're about $1.50 away from filling that gap. Potentially could happen here. TLT, this is bonds, slightly up 0.83%. SPX is going to name it that. Gold still up, my gracious. I mean, if you guys haven't followed the channel since me and Monty started in September, we have been tracking gold, and we basically said here was your bottom. You could start a consolidation period and then a trend line up. And boy, has it trend lined up. So a lot of chatter on gold here lately. Gold is known as the currency of safety / war. So in times of uncertainty, people flock to gold. That's what you're seeing. So doesn't mean you buy gold right away. It needs to cool off a little bit. IWM up 1.44%. It is coming back a little bit from its high. IWM is your small caps, so this is your risk on metric. It's gotten beaten up. It really needs interest rates to get cut. When interest rates get cut, IWM works out well. High interest rate environment, IWM does not work out well. Q's up almost 2%, which is not bad, coming off of the back of a almost 3% down day. Financials, your banks are up 2%. Your energy's up 1%. Micron's up 3%. Intel's up 3%. They report on Thursday. So on TradingView, you get a little earnings report thing at the bottom here, so you can see it reports in 2 days. Palantir up 2%. AMD up 0.36%. Not very strong. IBM reports tomorrow. They're up 2.3%. DJT's up 1.8%. Always fun to follow that one. MicroStrategy, the Bitcoin, they're just buying Bitcoin is all they're doing. They're up 7% and they have earnings next week. So keep an eye on them. Let's see if anything else poking out the side. Just a pretty green day all around. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here, back to 70. So we want to see it clean up some of this overbought conditions, but if you can hold this 8 ribbon, or really be great if it goes all the way back down to the top of the zone, hold, and then bounce. That'd be clean up a lot, but just keeping an eye on it.
He did watch the levels video yesterday. Good stuff. Thank you, Michael. See if we can't add on that and make it a little better.
How's our guy Mancini? He's still hadn't tweeted in 25 minutes, which is fine. His levels are still intact. We've got his trade strategy. We know what to look for, so we are doing just that. Tide calls are starting to come down a little bit.
Yeah. Wonder if Trump will revalue the gold reserve. Who knows what the hell Trump's going to do?
Yeah, it's the crypto boys would want him to dump some gold for some Bitcoin, but I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't see that happening. But
did anything ever come out of the Fort Knox audit? Wasn't there?
I don't even know if the audit even took place. I know it was going to take place, and they wanted to see it, but I don't know if it actually took place or not.
I did enjoy the memes of the gold spray paint and the rocks. That was funny.
I mean, shit happens, right?
Yeah. So much stuff like flies around on the news side, and it's hard to keep up. So
CBD's doing this thing again. It was building a little momentum on this drop. Now it's kind of coming down a little bit with it, and it's going back up with it now. So it's over 15,000. It got down to about 15,000. Now we're at 15.3. So I'm gonna take along here. Get a feel. There we go. Let's see if we can just get back up to the top of that.
I'm going to play it a little more cautious and hold out. I want to see what a couple candles do. Maybe a mistake, but
I don't think that's a bad idea. But your puts are coming up a little. Calls are coming down a little. Volume is coming down a little, so you do have to be careful here. I'm going to leave my stop where it's at. I'm not going to change my stop, but this thing could pop.
Mm-hmm. No, it very well could. Very well could.
Like I said, they audited the paperwork, not the actual gold. Good to know.
Okay.
Thought they were going in to see the actual gold. That's what they were going. That was the deal. CBD is 15.8 now. It is popping. It did come back to 15.6, so we'll see what happens here. You got a bunch of orders still sitting around that 77.50 to 80 level. Probably, they just pulled some. They're popping them in and out. These fuckers are doing their thing again. Thought we were past this. The worst thing you do, orders pop in and pull out, pop in and pull out, pop in and pull out. It's just so annoying.
I do want to highlight something about this channel, not to pat ourselves on the back, but you see us yesterday go bearish and follow the chart and follow the trend, and then today you see us go bullish, follow the chart, follow the trend. Though we may have opinions on how the economics and tariffs and government, whatever may work, we are way better than what we used to. I mean, this has been years of practice of not getting caught up in a long-term viewpoint and trading that day.
I mean, right now, we're bullish because the price is above VWAP, right? That's kind of the rule we set for ourselves to start doing is, hey, let's make sure we get this, which we've done, right? But what you have to look at is we can swap in a heartbeat. If this thing starts to go down, we can go bearish really quick, where I think in the past we might have struggled doing that because our mindset was like, well, no, we keep long. And we still fall in that trap every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're looking at it objectively, I think we do a hell of a lot better job now just making sure we're going with the trend. Michael, that's one of your rules. That's a great rule to follow. Going against the trend, Roy, how many times have we said in the past, don't step in front of a moving train?
Right? Oh, man.
And Roy used to be the world's worst to step in front of that down train. How many times in the old days when you were Roy? For you that don't know, Roy was a core puts guy. He was buying puts all the time, and we would actually get into little competitions on the Discord. Roy's like, "I'm going short here," like I'm going long. Because I was going with the trend, he was trying to fight the trend, and probably 80% of the time it worked out in my favor on that.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't because I was doing anything crazy. It was just Roy was at that time. Roy will admit this. This is not talking shit about Roy.
No,
Roy was hard headed then, and he was, hey, this thing's coming down. Well, let's wait for something to actually say it's coming down instead of just hoping it's coming down.
I was in the market should come down.
100 more and take profit trader. So
beautiful.
I think I'm done with them for the day. One thing I did forget to do though. I don't know how y'all let me forget this. Where's that 8:30 candle? There we go. If you look at interesting thing, let's see if we can do it over here. We're gonna find this anchored view up.
Oh, I forgot to do mine too.
Well, it's not working on here today, but I can do it here. So yesterday, I wanted to look at yesterday's anchored VWAP. Is this the right day? 21st, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Is the thing not going to show? Well, I'm going to have to redo something on this one. Anyway, I was going to tell you guys that anchored VWAP, we're finna hit $300. I'm over here worried about anchor VWAP, and we just tested. I want to move this up a little. I don't want 300. Why are you there? Go get it, baby. 16,000 CVD. We're kissed it. We didn't take it. We kissed it. I might come back and regret this. We are not letting this trade turn. We're actually. I want to take it here. My gosh. Oh, you son of a gun. CVD came back a lot. And it's popping back up again. So I don't know. We're going to leave it there. Anchor VWAP yesterday. This thing, I wish I could. This really pisses me off. I can't share it. Let's look. Let's do it this way. 21st. We want that 8:30 candle. Look overnight what anchored VWAP did. Rejected, held support. Look yesterday afternoon, where held support, what it's done since then.
Wow.
Anchor VWAP is just, I don't know why we missed that so much. Do you guys have day jobs, or is trading your job? Well, trading is our job. This is what we do full time. Like Manny, this is our full time job. I've been doing it full time for, it'll be 2 years in August. Roy, you'll be 2 years in October, right?
No, just 1 year in October. I started it in October, and now I've been doing it since then. It's an adjustment. For me, I do like.
I want to put that on this one just because it's showing a little weakness there. I want to make sure I lock that in. So if we get another entry, we get another entry. But that is, for anybody at home that is counting, that is $200 and 3 accounts, over $200, 3 accounts. Not bad. It's not hard. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but we are sitting at a little over $1,000 on the day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. That's nice of you to say.
Yeah. So for
I remember Roy
and
Led. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk over you.
No, you're good. You're good.
One thing real fast. You guys have not met Led yet. Led is one of Roy's friends. He's a good trader. He's a weird cat. Love him to death, but he knows I tell him he's a weird cat. He is very, if you want to know about a company, just give him the information of the company name and let him go dig, and he'll come back and tell you everything you need to know about this company.
Yeah.
And when I say everything you need to know about this company, I mean everything you need to know about this company. He is very thorough. He is great at looking at longer term stuff. But Roy and him came down. They visited me one weekend for a football game, hang out, trade, do all the stuff, kind of a part of a week and a weekend. And Led asked the comment, said, Monty, what do you want to get out of this channel? And you can ask Roy, from day one, what I want to get out of this channel is I don't want to it's not about any money making or anything like that, which I would love for this thing for us to get enough subscribers where it can be self-sustainable, because it does cost us money to put this on. This is not the cheapest thing in the world to do. So we do pay money to do this. And we're not asking you guys for a penny. So don't even think that's where we're going with this. We'll never ask you guys for a penny. That's not what we're doing this. We won't do any subscription stuff and all that. But I told Led and I told Roy that day, and I said this from day one, the reason I wanted to create this channel is for people to learn from the mistakes that we made in the past.
Yep.
We made a lot of mistakes. And I think just being honest with you guys and having real traders, you don't just see our wins, you see everything we do, right? You see me have our bad days. You've seen us have good days. We don't hide any of it. When I blew up those accounts and had a horrible day, I came back the next day. I didn't want to, but I came back and only told you guys what I did, right? I think it benefits you guys from seeing real traders trade and kind of the evolution that we've gone through to trade. You see, we've added some stuff, and I'm gonna tell you, the stuff we've added hadn't slowed us down. It's made us better if we follow those rules, right? If we follow hey, we're looking for this break. If we would have took this break of this zone, look, it came back, retested it perfectly. If you entered at 54, well, you could have got what 26 points out of that move. I'm saying that's a good day. Right? So
yeah.
Like I said, our thoughts, CBD's coming back pretty hard here. So I'm not just going to just re-enter along here because I don't like CBD's coming back to 13.8. It was over 15,000. So this is a pretty big move back down. And
potential topping candle too.
This is kind of adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not to say this thing can't rip back up again, right? It very well could. You do have LaGarde, whatever his name is, the ECB president speaking. So that is something to pay attention to. They said their inflation projection for 2025 is like 2.1%. So that is, and they said we will be as predictable as possible. Okay. Never heard somebody say they wanted to be predictable. Guess in banking and that, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Fed always wants to be predictable. Going back to your full-time question. So I am trading full-time first time since October. It's been a bit of a struggle to start. What I found is I needed something to take up my time on the second half of the day after the stream. So, you guys got to saw my guest yesterday. So my son's in school, my family's all around, their work and do all that. So I was always sitting in front of a chart. Even when I was offline with Monty, I was having the chart and trading more and more and more. So I've tried to find like some sort of like part-time thing, contracting work that keeps me focused away from the charts the second half of the day. Doesn't hurt that it pays a little bit, but that has been a very big change for me and has allowed me to be way more disciplined, because one of the hardest things with trading, and Monty, you can echo this, is keeping yourself in check, because you have a superpower, really. You're mastering a superpower that you could look at this chart of green and red bars and say, I can make money in this chart by doing this. And it only takes you a few clicks of the button. And that's a gift and a curse, because you can look at this and say, oh, I can make some money here. And then you don't. And then you get into the chase, the nasty, the downslide. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, you're looking like, what have I just done? So for me, it was definitely a time to pump the brakes. The more you do this, the more you trade, the more opportunities you are to give back. That's exactly the problem that Monty stressed yesterday, is they want you at the casino table as long as you can, right? We got to be able to be okay. Like yesterday, it was very difficult for me, and I'll admit this. We stopped the stream and my XFA was up $40. Do you know how bad I wanted to come back and trade that? But after the stream, actually right on the stream towards the end, I locked it. So I protected myself from myself, and I couldn't do anything. But I woke up this morning and I was up $40 from yesterday. I was happy, right? But when you're in the moment, you feel like you have the superpower. Like right now, it's pretty clear that we're going to probably test down, probably to anchor VWAP, but it's not a given, and it's a high risk trade given the trend is up. So you just kind of have to sit back and watch more. And for me, it was good to just get a distraction. So I would encourage you to do the same if you are trying to do this full time.
Well, one thing I've noticed when I have Roy, and Roy, I will cuss him some Fridays because he's like, oh, I'm waiting to get on the stream. I'm waiting to get on there and talk to you at 9:30. Like, dude, you're killing me here. A lot of times Roy keeps me sane. I will enter trades that I shouldn't enter sometimes. And Roy's like, I'll probably wait. I'm like, all right, it makes sense. Like, here, I wish I would have took it off this 8 bounce, but I was trying to be patient. Wait, you see, you got this anchor view up, but it's also halfway in this zone too. So
you're right.
You've seen how these zones at this halfway point's been playing out. So I definitely, if we would have came back here and tested here and showed any signs of strength at all, I definitely would have went long there. And it still might come back to it just because it's bounced a little bit here. This is not suggesting that it's going to keep bouncing right now, right? We need this to turn back. CVD has creeped back up over 14,000 to 14,300 though, so it's up 1,000 points from where it was. I still would like a little more pullback, but one thing this stream and Roy's helped do is help me when we're on doing this. This is why I try to cut it off when we're done, because yesterday I was really, really good on the stream, and then I made a little bit of money after the stream, but then I tried to force some stuff on a combine, and I blew the combine. But I had a combine to blow. It didn't hurt. I wasn't upset with it. So my mental state was not hurt because I'm like, hey, you still made good money yesterday.
Yeah.
That right there was not money you made. You didn't lose money, you didn't make money. That's the way I look at it. But being on this stream and being with Roy and doing this has made me a lot better trader, made me a lot more patient than I was in the past. Because in the past, I would take Roy tested this, I would have really, some big ass days. But I was taking a lot of risks to make those big ass days, and I was putting a lot of stress on myself that I didn't need. And guess what? Now I'm not putting near the stress on myself. Yeah, we have bad days, and you beat yourself up over it. But then we came back with Thursday, we had a horrible day, and came back Friday and cleaned a lot of it up. So
yeah, the casino's always open the next day, and like I said, it really is a superpower we're learning. Is you're learning how to make money reading a chart. Where if you showed this chart to any normal, everyday worker, they'd like, okay, how does that work? Okay, yeah, you buy the green candles, you sell the red candles. That's easy. But in the way we trade, the biggest thing is and I'm guilty of this as well. You can't over leverage, especially in this environment. You watch Monty, he stays with the same amount every time. He's not pushing the gas when he misses something or he gets a bad trade. He's not tripling up his size. You just, if you know what you're doing, you're going to get your hand popped every now and then. You just got to stay consistent. You'll have more winners than losers. And at the end of a week,
you got 500 orders at 85 now.
Getting a nice wick on this candle.
Yeah. If you look over, let me look at this 10-minute.
Look at the end of the volume.
We did have a candle by candle on the 10-minute, dude, long side. But it's okay. Look, you're not going to get every trade. That's the thing we've got to realize. You're not going to catch every trade.
Yeah. I honestly, it could break out here above the high of day, but it's grinding. I think it may just grind here for a little bit.
It probably will. I still think you were right earlier when you said I think we test this 5,300 level at some point today.
Yeah.
Could come back.
Pretty true. Yeah.
You're getting these wicks now. Look, you got this wick up top. They tried to push this thing down. Didn't happen. Tried to push it down. Didn't happen. they're showing you here that there is buyers in this area right here. So if it comes back down and test this thing again, I just missed it there. I wanted to come down and test that 8 again. I was going to take a long. You guys can see where my damn camera, where my mouse is pointed at. That little hand is over join bid, and I wanted to come back before I hit join bids. I don't want to chase it here because it still could come back. But ideally, I would love to enter here and then have a stop below here. You got your built-in stop there ready. So if it does come back, but every time it's come down, you can see they're pushing this thing back up. So there's buyers here. Now, do they stay here is the question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like put premium coming down. However, volume is going up.
Yeah,
on both general market.
Those orders are 85 and then 90 now. So they're moving those orders up some, which is that is a positive sign if you want to go long. I really want to see this real test of the 8, and it's going to show on this next candle that it tested the 8. Don't fall for that shit. It did not.
Yeah.
It came short. It's going to look like it did on this very next candle, and it's going to piss you off when you look at it because you're like, oh, there was the entry. And it could have been the entry, but I hate the way it does that. But it is what it is. This is a lagging indicator, right?
Right. And I'm content a little bit here to just kind of see how this plays out because I think it needs a breather. You're seeing the volume on that last candle create the spike, so but you're not seeing the follow through of the breakout of the high day, which you may get here in about 2 seconds. But yeah, there it goes.
This son of a bitch. There's 5 points. 5 points on 5 gets you a decent little win there, just so you know. It is still struggling with that area up there. So, do we get one more? Can I get one more pullback? Your tide is, the only thing, your call premium is coming down a little bit. Your put premium is popping a little bit. And then your volume is making a little curve. So we could see some of the CVDs come back to 14.1. It got to 14.5, 14.6 a minute ago. And it's not really popping on these moves up. It's got 14.150 is all we got up in this little move here. So, but this is the game we play, boys and girls. This is the game we play. Now CBD is gonna pop.
There it goes.
Booty face. Lord help me get through today. That's really annoying there because I had it. I mean, my mouse was sitting on it ready to go.
Yeah.
And then you would have got what? 10 points on it. Oh, no, sorry. 8 points on it. That's enough to secure some profits on the day. But what do we not do? Michael, you asked about rules. Here's a rule. Don't chase.
Mm-hmm.
CBD is over 15,000 again. This is the frustrating part of trading. Remember we looked at about a minute ago? Look at this now. Look at that volume.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much to turn this thing.
10-minute chart shows increased volume from the previous candle. On that move up as the candle just closed.
You the buyers they stepped in here. The buyers are pushing it up. CBD came back below 15,000 now though. Bank of America CEO research team does not see rate cuts this year due to sticky inflation. Y'all are core put people, I see. Where Roy got it from. Now, Roy followed somebody, and I'm not going to mention their name because I'm not going to publicly shame anybody. he actually followed a couple people that were hardcore put guys.
Yeah.
And this is actually two people I refuse to follow now because I see some of their stuff, and I think Roy still watches them some, but I am not one of those that believes that everybody's out to get you, and particularly one of these people is one of those people that everybody's out to get you, and I don't think that is a good mindset to have to live life by.
Yeah.
So I avoid it, but Roy knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I send Roy. I go to my For You page on Twitter. I don't go there much because there's a lot of stupid shit. People I don't follow on there. Right. I like to look at the people I follow.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes for shits and giggles, I go over to the For You page on X, and his stuff will pop up, and I'll send it to Roy. Like, your guy's an idiot, Roy. And that's Roy can attest to that. I do that a good bit, probably.
I will say I respect that individual that you're creating because he is critical regardless of the environment.
He's definitely that. He is going to tell. I can. One quality he has. He's going to tell you what he thinks. He's not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be black and white and to the point. Yeah. I just don't agree with what he's doing. But hey, that's a different story. You can disagree with somebody and still respect the way they get there. And him, I do. I mean, he stands by. One thing you can say about it, he stands by his moral. That's what he thinks. That's what he believes. That's what he preaches. He's on it every time. I just personally, I don't agree with his opinion. So,
yeah.
And then when Roy told me, he's like, "Well, you just need to skip past the opinion part and just go straight to the chart part." Like, if I have to do that, I don't need to watch any of it.
He is this individual again. I don't want to.
It's not here to talk bad about a person.
Yeah. It's not first. As I just watched this video the other day. He did a review of Jerome Powell's FOMC speech when he cut rates a couple months ago, and he re-earthed that video. And some of his commentary during that video was very, very somewhat. And this is why he reshared it. Very bit prophetic, as he said, there's going to be a collision course between Powell and Trump, and it's going to be over tariffs and a trade war that Trump starts. And he said, you're going to have this collision course happen, and it's going to happen a lot faster into Trump's administration than anyone thinks. And it was, as we can see, we're currently in that environment. So he goes back and then kind of goes through Powell's answers, but some of those aspects are really good. Some of them are just a bit stretch.
If you were caught off guard by anything Trump does, you did not follow him in his campaign to get elected president. Because one thing you can say, everything that he's doing, he said he was going to do. He's another one that I don't agree with all the time, but guess what? If he said he's going to do it, it's going to happen. So that's what gets me when people are confused when he does something. I'm like, well, did y'all not hear him say he was going to do this? Like, why are you confused now that he did it? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
And I can respect the guy that we're talking about without agreeing with the guy we're talking about. So I respect his right for the way he does it. I respect the way he goes out on a limb and he stays on a limb. He doesn't say a lot of safe shit. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
He goes out there. Now, does it all come true? Not always. Does some of it come true? Yes. And he's one of those who'll come back and show you it's true when it's true. And I get that. But I don't think he's a dishonest person. I don't think he's doing it for fame or doing it for anything. I think he's doing it because he generally thinks that he's helping people. And I respect that out of him. So, like I said, you can respect somebody and still just not agree with them. So,
so Dickard, I got Dickard on it too. I don't know if Dickard started watching Maverick because of me. But
what do you?
Sorry. But we I will say this about him. He it was my fault. He does have an 8-figure portfolio, and the way he comments, you think he is one-sided, but he is smart enough to know that he hedges every one of his bets. So let's say if he buys calls, he's also writing calls, creating cover calls to hedge his bet. So that's how he, wow, this thing's just pushing up in front of our face. That's how he trades. And so I did not realize that. So I was going one-sided unhedged and I was getting smoked. And I'm like, what? How is this guy still trading? And then I realized he's a smart trader. Now he basically says he's not a, if he knew everything, he'd be the richest guy in the world. And he'd hide himself in a bunker somewhere. But he is definitely hedged in every one of his trades. So when you have an 8-figure portfolio, you can do that without any problem. When you don't, oh man, look at this thing. All right, well,
17 points from where I started entering, I didn't.
Yeah. I still got my. You'll appreciate this, money. I still have a pending order on Take Profit Trader at 52.55.
Delete that. Forget about
I think
it.
We can't. Yeah.
Delete that thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. We're talking about this a lot, which you guys might not care. You might care. I don't know, but it's it goes back to the point. It's just, you don't have to agree with everything people say. I think if people are honest with you and they give your honest opinion, then you respect where they come from. I think that was my point out of that whole deal is I don't agree with him. I don't like his style. I don't read it. I used to follow him on Twitter and I unfollowed him on Twitter too because I just got tired of seeing his stuff. So because I don't agree with it. But like I said, I do respect how he gets to his point and how he sticks with his point and how, I mean, you got to respect somebody that, hey, this is what I do, this is what I see, and they stick to it. He doesn't hide behind the fact if he's wrong. I mean, yeah, he's going to show you where he's right, but the stuff he's wrong, I'm assuming it's still out there.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, you can respect the game, you can respect the person, you just don't have to like the way they get there or what they're saying. So that's the difference in opinion. That's why we're American. We can do what we want to do. I know who that one is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
that
fair,
guy he's crazy.
I recently watched some of his stuff, and he's been on a pretty good streak lately. But yeah, he that guy had an actual method. Yeah, he did.
Mancini just text.
Did he? Now see Mancini. Yeah, he's
Mancini gives you unbiased levels.
Yeah, climbing in my.
You're not seeing, you're not seeing a video of him talk about the evil empire or something.
Here, I'll throw Mancini's. We'll read it together. Incredible follow through here, 52.84. Next target hit. Initial long target was 51.56 reclaim, given blah blah blah. He's doing a little victory dance here. Rightfully so. 53.06, 53.15 if it wants more. Dip less than 52.50. Basically, Bulls are in control until 52.50. So your next levels up are, that purple line. That is a 5-day moving average.
Oh my gosh.
If I can't say the name of the guy, I'm going to say the name of my indicator.
Well, that's even worse than the guy. So where I would look, instead of the 5303, I would look at this 5306, 75, 5307. Because if you go look at a level, why is that level there? Well, there we go. Yesterday's high. So boom.
While we're on the topic of content creators that you should take a look, I always say I like Spy Day Trader on YouTube. He's got a cool view to him. Figuring Out Money, Mike Silva, he's good.
I actually like him. I disagree with him a lot too, but I understand where he comes from, where he gets what he's getting. So I don't.
Yeah.
And he's not in your face. He actually, if his charting, he uses Bookmap a lot, which I use Bookmap, so we kind of relate on that part of it. I think he just gives a good thing.
He's honest. That's what I like about him. It's not fluff there.
So Michael Patak just already tweeted a little while ago regarding self-regulation of futures industry, attention futures prop owner and executives. I sent out the first email kickstarting the conversation of developing the SRO. If you didn't receive the email or futures prop executive or owner, DM me your email and we're building forward together. Michael Patak he's one of the leaders in the whole prop firm industry, right? Top Step's pretty much the one that started the whole deal, right? Top Step it's been here the longest. It's a prop firm that's been here forever. I'm not loving it here as much as I want to on this 8 retest down here.
No, hands off the wheel for me.
But he is actually trying to spearhead some regulation in the prop firm industry. And I think it's a mixed feel. There needs to be some regulation here. I'm worried that eventually the states are going to step in and view this as gambling because you're not actually trading real commodities. I'm actually going to take a long here. We're going to give it a chance. We just want to get back to this high here, $200. If it breaks below that and hits that zone, Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm worried that the states might do this eventually. You've got Paul Brandt, I think is his name. He's an older trader. He was traded on the stock exchange floor. I think he started in Chicago in 1977, so it tells you how old he is. And he is fighting a fight against prop firms. He's trying to get government to look at prop firms and putting regulations on prop firms. Michael Patak, who is the owner, CEO of Top Step, has actually turned a different leaf, and he's trying to start regulation where they control it, which I actually really like and appreciate. I like Michael. I think Michael's honest. Now, look, I'm going to tell you something about Michael Patak. These guys, so if you are, and this is going to be most people in the prop industry, if you are right leaning, these guys are not. These guys are far, most of these people are far left leaning because I don't understand why when people get money, they go to the left. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. But I think Michael's an honest guy. I think Top Step, they try to do what's best for the trader. I think their ultimate goal is to make you a better trader. And I will never look down on somebody or think less of a firm that's actually trying to make you better. We can go into the evil empire of prop firms. I think Apex is the devil, and they teach so many bad habits, and I think they do not give a shit about you 1 iota. You can see this. I have seen one person that said they had been moved alive in Apex. One person. And they had to withdraw $1 million at once for them to do that. And they had to make it public knowledge to get the $1 million because Apex tried to fight them at first, and they went out public with it, and it blew up. So Apex gave in and supposedly made him a live trader. You don't see any of these other gurus that are promoting Apex. You don't see any of them moving to live trading status. And actually what you're seeing is a lot of them move away from Apex and start doing other firms because I think the money train is running out. Brett Simba, I don't know if anybody knows him. I shared this with Roy yesterday. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I want to read it for what it was. Roy, can you pull your Twitter up and look at it?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. I don't know if I'm following him. Oh, can't type.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Yeah, there you go. So we're not worried about the risk one. So look at the ones his predictions for the next 3.5 months in props.
Yeah.
He thinks 2 is going to shut down, 1 badly, and another on good note, which One means it's going to probably screw a lot of people over and rope pull everybody. 2 other changes drastically, rule changes on denials, etc., white balances sheet, and the race stat. You can see right here, you can look at the questions. You can see as long as Tradeify, my funded futures, whatever, and Top Step are safe, couldn't care less. Good there. Brett Simba has been working with, and Brett and Michael Batak actually butted heads for a while, right? I'm talking about they got ugly.
Mm-hmm.
They actually met, and I think they're both like, hey, this is what the prop industry needs. And if you got both these, and Brett Simba, if anybody doesn't know Brett Simba, he was actually pretty much a guru on here before, and he did it the right way, right? He started a prop firm, but what did he do? He got out of I'm not doing my Fruger stuff anymore. I'm not giving you levels because it directly benefits me if you fail. So I don't need you to do that, because he's part owner or CEO of Tradeify, which is Tradeify. If you don't know Tradeify is a straight to funding. There are some really good things about Tradeify, but they cost a little more. But you can go straight to funding if you're experienced. I'm okay going to Tradeify. If you're not experienced, you leave it alone. I just hit $200 in this account. So
hot air rises.
So that trade that we took there played out. So this is not saying that what Roy not trading there was wrong, right? We had 2 different views of it. Of course, I wish I would have held and moved it up there because I'd hit over $300. But I was just trying to make $200 on them. I'm trying to just have a good week. We got every account over $200, so every single one of them, not just half of them, not just 2 of them, every one of them. So boom,
this thing dancing.
Yeah, and look, oh my God, I'm not gonna say it. This breakout here, that was no
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah.
Guess where orders are sitting at, Roy?
5,300.
You got some sitting at 5,300. Hold on, let's look where these other orders are.
5,304.
You just hold your horses for a second.
5,304.
I'm trying to get up, but my thing is lagging a little bit here because it's just working so hard right now. It's working really hard right now. There we go. So you got a lot of orders sitting at 5,300. I say a lot. You got a lot sitting right below us here too, but you're starting to see orders pop at 53.25 and 53.37.50.
Woo! That a 3% day? Goodness gracious!
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. There's no order. He's got 53.15 as a thing. Ooh, you have Roy. You got 300 orders sitting at 5,300 that are not algos. 400 orders that are not algos. They're putting orders in up there. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Oh my gosh! I just now looked at the. Sorry, guys. I just now looked at some of these iceberg orders and some of these stops.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! So in this move here, you got 7,095 stops have been hit on this move up. You got 6,704 iceberg orders to the upside at 53.12. You got 4,546 orders to the downside at 52.62. I have never seen thousands of iceberg orders.
Wow.
And not just that, you're talking about thousands of iceberg orders. Let's dig this down a little bit and see how spread out they actually are, if they are spread out. Because once you zoom out, you start to see it. All right, so you zoom down to a lower time frame. You've got 3,572 iceberg orders to the upside at 53.05. You got 180 iceberg orders above that at 53.10. You got this candle that just started. You got 770 stops hit just on this candle alone right here. So once again, stops do not mean that it's people getting out. It could be that people have entries sitting there, and they have it set as a stop limit order. But there are some big time numbers being thrown around. I wish I'd have saw that. That would have validated this trade here when those big iceberg orders popped up to the upside. I was too busy just looking at the orders and not looking at the iceberg orders. I mean, Roy, I think I'm done for the day.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I just got summoned for another call, so this is good timing. Lock it up.
Yeah, you see what I'm doing here. We're just gonna make sure we got over $1,000 a day. If you do want to go full time, $1,000, $2,000 a day, that's $5,000 to $10,000 a week. That's that UPS money we talked about, right?
That's that good money.
Yeah, so that actually keeps the job away.
Absolutely.
Which is fine.
All right, we got one more day with money tomorrow.
Got me tomorrow, and I am out through Monday. We'll be back Tuesday, and probably will not be able to talk. So, anybody that's been around long enough knows I lose my voice when I go on weekends like this. So be it.
We got you one more day. We'll hear about all your itinerary tomorrow. But we appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch us.
Thank you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you. And Mike, we'll make that a dream for everybody. Bye, guys.
Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. See you guys.